where gun culture meets the gospel. This is Armed Lutheran Radio.
Hi folks, welcome to Armed Lutheran Radio, a show about guns, hunting, competitive shooting, the natural right of self-defense, and what God's Word says about the issues surrounding gun rights and gun ownership. I'm your host, Lloyd Bailey, the Armed Lutheran. This is episode number 351. Thank you so much for making Armed Lutheran Radio a part of your week, and welcome to the Reformation Gun Club online hangout for February of 2023. Once a month, we hang out with members of the cast and members of the Reformation Gun Club, the fine folks who make this show possible. If you would like to get an invitation to a future hangout, if you would like to find out more about what it takes to become a member, check out the website at armedlutheran.us/gun club. You can see all the membership benefits and the membership tiers, starting at $15.17 per year for the lowest tier. I think there's 4 tiers, and the top tier is $15.17 per month. And there's a couple in between. So go check it out. Check out all the benefits and come and join us next month. Okay, let's see. We've got 8 people waiting to get in here, and I'm going to start with the pistol packing Padre himself. And here he comes. There he is. How in the world are you?
I'm alive. Finished the basketball season today for my son. So
awesome. That's awesome.
And the girls will finish their season this next week. So
very good. Well, we're still halfway through volleyball, and my daughter made the track team yesterday.
My condolences.
Yes. The first meet is Tuesday, and it starts at 4:00 and ends at 8:30.
Oh.
and her event is like at 6 something. It's right in the middle.
Gosh.
Oh my Lord.
You know, it's too bad you're not Catholic, because you could have, told her, the more time I have to go to these things, that's more time I need for purgatory for you.
She didn't even try to make the team. She didn't want to. She hates running. And she still made it without trying. Oh my goodness. So
is it one of those things where they'll take someone that's a warm body with a pulse?
No, I don't think so, because a lot of girls got cut. And my daughter's become pretty athletic now that she's been playing volleyball for a couple of years and running a mile every day at during athletics. She's gotten pretty good at it, and she didn't want to, and still, she made it. That's what I was afraid of. Our school requires that you're expected, if you're in athletics, you have to play 2 sports. So, yeah. Oh, well. All right. We got 6 more people waiting. So I'm going to bring in, let's see, who all is here? We have.
Trying to get all my junk out of the picture there.
That's okay. It's Rob. Where is he? There he is.
Rob.
Green Bay, Wisconsin. Gents. And a guitar in the background. Man after my own heart.
It's for decoration. I keep trying to get a chance to learn how to use it and keep getting distracted.
Yeah, I hear you. I totally understand. And Dan is here. Let's get Dan in here as well. There we go. There he is. And,
howdy, Dan.
And you're on mute. Oh, no.
Now I am unmuted.
There we go. Everyone's going to start getting smaller and smaller because as we bring people in.
Awesome.
Justin is here. There he is.
I love it.
It was just taking a second.
Lots of people.
And William, who knows where William is joining us from? Could be somewhere around the globe.
Somewhere on Earth.
On Earth, yes, right.
Yeah.
From an undisclosed location this month. Ed is joining us as well. I think Ed missed our last hangout. There's William, and David is the last to join in. I think there's a couple more who expressed an interest in joining us. There's David. How are you, David?
Hello, doing just fine. How about you?
Doing well. And Ed we're getting him connected to audio here.
You might need to click something on the screen before it'll let him come into the video.
Says it's connecting to audio. All right. Well, he gets that straight away. And Rob has disappeared on us.
Uh-oh.
Well, it sounded like his mic was having some problems. So.
Oh, okay. So maybe a little issue there. All right. So let's go around the horn and get caught up with everyone. Dan, how are you? What have you been up to lately?
I am good. I have been up to waking up every day and going and doing what needs to get done. And tonight I am drinking some Bullet Rye.
Ooh, nice.
Should I go get mine?
Very nice. All right. And another Dan is joining us. This is probably Dan rushing, I would guess.
Good evening, gentlemen.
It is. How are you, Dan?
Hello.
Sorry I'm late.
No worries.
I was engaged in a cribbage game with my wife, and
that's serious. That is serious.
I'm guessing that I have to sleep in the guest room tonight. You know,
were you winning?
I come up with like a 20-point crib at the end to snatch victory from her.
You the man.
And so we'll have to see how that goes.
We'll keep you in our thoughts and prayers. Justin, what have you been up to?
We have been very, very busy at work.
That's a good thing.
That is a good thing.
Yes, that is a very good thing. But even though we've been busy, we've been kind of bringing that wait time down. So we've been calling some people. It's like, oh, hey, that's great. It's already done.
Nice. What's the turnaround now for a gun out of the custom shop?
Very much depends on what you're getting done.
On how custom it is?
Yeah. There's one in there right now that's a just basic slab side mill spec style 1911, and we're building it all the way up. It's going to be case hardened and charcoal blued, and it's
yummy.
Spending, oh yeah, they look nice.
Nice.
So that one's going to be with us for a little bit.
Nice. Very good. What are you drinking tonight?
So I have got, it is called Love Gun. It is a vanilla cream ale from Heavy Riff Brewing out of Maryland Heights. So
what do you think of it?
St. Louis area. Definitely vanilla. Like it's actually good. I was surprised that it wasn't like a porter. I started pouring it, and it's like, oh, I expected that to be dark.
And the gun theme, I like it.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Well, if you've ever listened to AC/DC, Love Gun means something entirely different. But
yeah, right.
Yes, that's true.
I just heard that song today as I was driving down the road.
William, what about you? What are you up to? Where are you currently? I see you're in your usual chair, so I'm guessing you're at home.
I'm at home. I was largely done with peopling today, so normally we have a potluck, and my wife was like, "You just want to go home?" I'm like, "Yeah, I just want to go home." So I came home, I showered, I played some what was it? Mario Kart with my oldest son, who's got a sore throat. So I'm in my PJs. I've got the Basil Hayden's broken out.
All right.
Nice.
I've got a PBR, which is only because I don't have anything better at the moment. So, but I figured I'd come here because I'm not in person, and I can people like this a little bit easier than I can people in person. I can mute myself here, and that's not a problem.
Right. I hear you. I totally understand. Peopling is not normally my thing, which is strange considering what I do here. I mean, although it's all kind of virtual, so I like you, I can handle it.
Yeah, but we're not really people.
You are you're important pixels, the most important pixels that I have seen all day. David, how about you, sir? How are you?
Well, doing quite well. Nothing big and hilarious going on. Just some hot tea this evening, keep the throat going.
Nice.
Gotcha. Any musical productions going on at the moment or coming up?
I am attending a vocal health clinic tomorrow morning. That ought to be very interesting.
Thus the tea, I guess.
Attending, not teaching, for once.
Okay.
So what's that all about?
Basically just about keeping your voice healthy. How does food, particular things affect it? How do you stay disease-free? Just have been through a big bout with sinuses, but my sinuses bounce back faster than the average person's because of what I do to keep my voice healthy. So a lot of people, if they get a sinus kind of thing, they're down for a couple of weeks. As far as vocally is concerned, I'm usually down for 3-4 days. And it's all common sense stuff. It's hot tea, really long hot showers just to get the gook out of your head.
Right.
Mucinex, tons of liquids. Or as my doctor says, you must go to the bathroom once an hour. Well, you have to drink that much. You have to drink that much.
Was that for normal prostate or enlarged prostate? Because
yes. That
Yes.
sounds like a personal problem.
I have that issue at night.
I don't drink while I'm sleeping. I've seen people maybe try it, but no, normal prostate. So, but it does help. Anyway, so I'm doing that. Got some concerts coming up mid-March. Our choral season starts before Easter and continues on through May. I'm signed up to do all the solos, tenor solos from Dubois, Seven Last Words of Christ this season. I'm not a tenor, but I've got the range for it. Let's see what else musically going on. That's enough.
I started to say.
Yeah. Going to a really nice concert next weekend. Atlanta Baroque Orchestra, which is all period instruments, which I support, is working with Canara, which is a high-end vocal ensemble. One of my directors is one of my executive directors is in that ensemble. So, and they're doing a joint concert. So I'm going to get to knock out 2 birds with 1 stone.
Nice.
That sounds really cool.
Yeah. So I'm looking forward to that concert. Just some cool stuff. Nothing fancy, day in the life.
Nothing fancy, he says. Right. Dan, the other Dan, not Dan Veldt. Sorry, Dan Rushing. I've got to remember to add the last names. What have you been up to? How are you?
Well, pretty good here. Another couple of days, I'll have this hospital out from under my command here and on to another one.
On to another project.
On to another one, yeah.
You work with hospitals?
Yeah, I'm in the construction business. Work for a general contractor, and this one is a Atrium Health is the big healthcare company in this area.
Mm-hmm.
I know Atrium. They just bought one of our clients.
Just bought one of your clients. Well, they got to do something with their money. They made enough of it on this COVID thing,
right?
Yeah.
Oh, don't get me started.
Oh yeah, really. But did a US PSA match last weekend.
Nice.
And I decided, I will give the M&P a break, and I will I'll shoot the single stack division and get out the 1911. Okay.
How did that go?
It went pretty well till about the fifth stage there to the very last. And man, then
the gun jammed.
It gun jammed, yeah.
It is a 1911. I mean, come on.
Yeah. I mean, it decided it wasn't going to pull one before it pushed one.
Try a P220.
Send it in.
Jam.
We'll fix it. Don't worry. We'll get it running.
Right on. On.
Well,
I know a guy.
Yeah.
It's a guy right down here.
The M&P, with the M&P, it's 17 rounds. And, with that, I got a lightning fast reload. 1911, not so fast. And by the time you get done with a 27 round stage count, man, you got magazines thrown everywhere.
Yep.
Yeah. And, but, didn't come in last. So at any rate, so, I mean, it was
that's always a good
day.
thing.
Yeah. It was a successful day.
Will they let you shoot 10 round magazines in single stack?
There's a division. It's called Limited 10.
Limited 10.
Lim 10. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. And believe it or not, that's kind of getting more popular.
Ammo prices being what they are.
Oh, yeah, really.
In IDPA, those limited capacity divisions are more popular than ever, I would imagine.
Yeah.
CCP and Bug and
there's more people shooting up with showing up with rimfire stuff.
Oh, shooting not for competition.
Shooting up? That sounds like a problem.
I know. I was waiting for him to finish that sentence. I was like, guns and shooting up.
Yeah.
But see, rimfire is awesome.
It is. and with the ammo prices the way they are, 22 is still relatively inexpensive. And a lot of clubs, I know our local IDPA club, you can show up with a rimfire and a rifle or handgun, and you can shoot not for competition and have a ball. I mean,
that's groovy. That's awesome.
Yeah. US has a rimfire division.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't imagine IDPA will ever do that, since that's sort of not a recommended self-defense loading.
Yeah.
But
it doesn't run in a 1911, so
it doesn't. That's true.
Yeah. Oh,
you look at the IDPA rules. It's like, this was built for a 1911.
This is pretty much.
Yeah.
Rob and Ed are muted, so I'm assuming they're just lurking. Ed likes to lurk and sort of listen in, which I'm more than happy to. Glad he joins in to listen. But if he would like to join in, and Ed, if you would like to kind of fill us in on what you've been up to lately, and
come on in.
Or Rob, and I haven't. There you go.
There he is.
All right. I will deign to appear on video for a few minutes here. For most of this meeting, I will be around the house doing chores with the audio cranked up, so I'll be able to hear. But just don't want to present you with an empty seat for the whole time and, feel disrespected and such.
Right. Gotcha.
Great to see you.
Good to see you.
Sure is.
Hey, very nice.
Hey, look at that.
My standard coffee with some Baileys in it, just to give it the extra kick, help me with the chores.
Right.
Step aside coffee. This is a job for whiskey.
I don't have David vocals anymore, but I am working on music for the Sunday. I'm a Lutheran choir member. Have been lifelong.
Right on.
And with Ash Wednesday, this coming Wednesday, we have that whole season to prepare for as well. So lots and lots and lots of music, especially since our new choir director, minister of music at the church, is master's in choral conducting. Master's degree.
Cool.
Yeah. Ding, ding, ding. What are you singing?
Everything. Everything. And a couple of the major pieces, especially towards the Easter, have still to be decided. So we're getting acclimated to the newer pieces as they're being decided and put on the schedule. So the major work not decided yet. I can understand if you were a soloist like David, you would need, the lead time so you can properly prepare for that. And we'll probably be getting some more stuff at our next week's choir practice. But it's all good. He knows the latest and greatest with how to use the electronic smart board. He'll do notes there. On the big screen we can see and then instantly save it. And as soon as we get home, we've got updated notation for our notes in Dropbox. So if we even just miss a practice, we've got upgraded music there waiting for us. All the audio files for practice tracks, he does it by voice. And then
that's great.
Outstanding.
High-tech choir.
Yeah. I'm busy at work teaching a new crop of fire controlmen over at Great Lakes Naval Station, trying to teach them how radar works and how to fix it when we break it for their practice, which is pretty cool. We're
teaching them to look for any Chinese spy balloons.
Anything that comes we're dealing with surface ships' radars, though, so they're tending to look out in the horizontal, not much looking up. But if they get around the curve of the planet, they might come into the line of sight.
Right.
Otherwise, not so much. And here in the People's Republic of Illinois, we've got that governor and his wackadoodle policies. So lawsuits against the gun control bill and everything going all over the place, and trying to support the local groups and build public awareness and teach this is the way that is, and no, that makes no sense at all. So
and here's what truth is, and here's what garbage is.
So I entered about 3 raffles for firearms of the type where every week they pick another winner. So 52 firearms through the year. And then the last 2 years, I've won 3 firearms that way, which is pretty cool.
Oh, right on.
Nice.
What have you won?
The challenge.
What have you won?
For people in Illinois, some of the potential winning prizes would not be legal if the governor gets his way. So they're busy doing some flop and twitch. It was bad enough when we had California legal firearms, and now there might be a category of Illinois legal firearms. So,
what are some of the new changes that Governor Fatso's pushing? I don't know what I know he's gotten a lot of pushback, but I don't know what the specifics are.
There's a magazine restriction. He wanted 10. He might have to settle for 15 maximum capacity. And that's,
I thought it was already 10 in Illinois.
The semi-automatic.
How does that help?
Exactly. Especially with Wisconsin right next door, hunting land. not an issue there.
Yeah.
Anything that even remotely looks like an assault weapon. So pretty much any semi-automatic rifle automatically is evil and must be banned.
I have screwdrivers that look like assault weapons, so I don't know how they're gonna.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Yeah. The expensive permitting processes and registrations, and God forbid you accidentally have a boating accident and lose your firearms, in the water.
Right.
It's just all the nasty stuff you can think of all rolled into one omnibus kind of bill.
Yeah.
Fortunately, we've got some good staunch shooters and Second Amendment advocates here in the state. And we know if Illinois sets the standard, there's some other wackadoodle states that'll jump on board and try to do the same thing.
So I'm curious if the bad guys are going to follow the laws, because I assume that they figure they will. If they say you can't have a gun in a gun-free zone like Michigan State, that they'll just follow those. Is that true?
In their world,
yeah,
right. The governor's world, rainbows and ponies and unicorns and stuff. Yeah. The criminals would obey the laws.
And they're able to sleep soundly at night because they're surrounded by private security.
Sure.
Yep.
And they should have private security, but we should also be able to provide security for ourselves and our wives and our kids.
Yeah. I believe you were asking a question, what did I win from these raffles?
Yes. Do tell.
A Maxon, was it a Remington, I believe, Maxon 12 gauge shotgun.
Okay.
Oh, groovy.
Yeah, it's the Series 1, not the Series 2. Series 1 was like the first version of any year of car. They learn what to do and improve it in the next year and the next year after that. So Series 2 would have been preferred, but for free, or at least the price of a raffle ticket, I'll take it.
Right.
A very
yes,
nice,
indeed.
capable piece, lists for about $1,000, depending on the barrel length you get. And so for a 12 gauge shooter, that's quite precise. That's good.
Nice.
Got a CZ. I always forget the model number, something like a 463. It's a heavy barrel 22 caliber match grade shooter. They call it the Varmint, I believe. So good for taking out groundhogs at X many hundreds of yards, things like that.
Nice.
One.
Really nice.
Challenges me because it doesn't come with iron sights. You have to use optics on it because it's that good of a shooter. And I just for optics, I always just like the open sights. So I always got to grumble about that one and do the settings and stuff. I'll get over it. I know, big problems. And the most recent,
I love guns that shoot better than me.
The most recent was what I've been hoping for the last 20 years since I retired from the Navy. I got a Springfield 1911 45 caliber mil spec, the same gun I used for 20 years while in the Navy. Straight over. It doesn't switch between double action and single action the way so many of the other guns do. And that is the bane of my existence. I was just all my muscle memory, my whole gestalt is maintaining the same action shot after shot after shot. And for whatever reason, I never got a 1911 and now I have one. And other than the grips don't say US on each side, it's identical to what I grew up with. So I'm in my happy place now.
Single action every time is where it's at.
Man, get you a dozen magazines now, and you can shoot the single stack division.
I'm happy with that. I'm totally happy with that.
Very cool.
So we'll see what I win this year.
Yes, keep us up to date. And if it's something that's not legal, just let me know and I'll help you out with that.
The boat?
Right. And if he can't, I will.
Yeah, there's room in the safe. I mean, we can always do like a foster program.
We'll be foster parents
whenever you want.
That's right.
You can have it back. Just let me borrow it for a while.
That could maybe work.
Yeah. All right. So Pastor brought this up before I got a chance. So I wanted to get everybody's opinion of what's been going on lately with all of the shoot downs and all of the craziness. Is it aliens? Is it Chinese spy balloons? Is it elementary school science projects? What are we shooting down? What do you think's going on? Are we on the eve of an alien invasion? Pastor, what do you think?
Yes, absolutely.
My opinion is that, well, first of all, you had Biden coming out saying that these were private research balloons, that all three of them were private research balloons.
We're just shooting them down willy-nilly now. With
Biden saying this, it's like he may as well say that these are definitely Chinese spy balloons. I don't believe anything that comes out of that rotting bag of oatmeal. So honestly,
but he's our president.
The only thing he should be president of is a local nursing home.
Yeah, I had to throw that in there.
Whereas, have you seen the YouTube channel Walk Don't Run? He refers to him as the resident of the United States.
Yes,
yeah,
there's I don't know if anybody here watches the Dan Bongino show. His episode today was all about the coming Chinese invasion, where they've infiltrated education. They've bought farmland. They now have their own police stations in the U.S. that they use to monitor their Chinese citizens. They've been having, catching all these Chinese nationals coming across the southern border. So
Daily Wire has a series called The Enemy Within on.
I wasn't aware of that.
Daily Wire Plus.
They're catching people coming across the southern border. That's
all
news to me.
Only the Chinese ones.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All
right. So I believe that the Chinese are just doing this to stick their thumb in the eye of America, because we have a president who in many ways is bought and paid for by China. They're just trying to see how far they can push the envelope. And with all the bad press with the first one, which we find out they knew about this the second it was launched.
The minute it launched.
That with all the bad press that he got for this, including from liberal outlets, now this is just him flexing his muscles. And
now we're shooting down Mylar balloons over the elementary school kids in Illinois are launching. We're spending $400,000 or what is it? How many?
$400,000 per missile. The first two missed.
To shoot at Mylar balloons.
Is that what they determined it was over Lake Huron?
Well,
target practice is good, and I like the fact that our soldiers are getting experience shooting at stuff, but I'd rather have them shooting at stuff that makes a difference.
Right. Exactly. We still haven't recovered. Have we recovered any of the debris from the first one? I know.
Yes, we have. No, we haven't heard about it.
Oh, okay.
Supposedly, yes, according to, Nora O'Donnell here this evening. They've according to Nora, they're done looking at it. Wherever the place where they took it to examine it.
No, they're not.
Yeah, they're not telling us. So nobody's down with the alien invasion?
No. I wouldn't be surprised.
I think it's aliens. It's got to be aliens. It has to be. I'm just saying.
I wonder if the
Chinese say it's aliens too. So
do what?
Well,
the Chinese are saying that they're shooting down UFOs as well. No, I wouldn't be, surprised if on the debris they find, engraved in whatever equipment it is that says "Thanks for the good time, Hunter" or something like that.
You don't think Hunter had anything to do with this? Hunter's just a kid.
What was that meme? Somebody photoshopped Hunter in the picture of Hunter in his underwear, swinging from the balloon.
I must have missed that one.
I did. Me too. I should have thought of it myself.
Well, you had the good one with Snoopy shooting the.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, the best pilot that there is, Snoopy.
Absolutely.
We need more Snoopies.
We do. Instead of spending $400,000 per missile to shoot at things. Donnie is here.
Donnie.
At least
I hear you say it, but I don't see Donnie.
In voice only, apparently, which is
okay,
fine.
Donnie.
Which is fine. Bad hair days are understood and accepted. Don't have to turn the camera on if you don't want to. But I'm not sure whether he can hear us. There he is.
There he is. Hey, buddy.
I don't think he
I can hear you if you're asking for me.
We are. How are you?
You had a procedure on your nose, brother?
Yeah, I had a little nose on the nose. So I got called into work early and had to work late.
Well, we're glad you made it anyway. You took some time out of your day after work to hang out with us, and we appreciate it. So what are you drinking tonight? Anything? Have you had time to?
Well, I have one I just finished eating, and I had a Diet Coke for that.
Okay.
But anyway, yeah. So just the nose went well.
Good.
Now I got the.
Uh-oh.
I lost him.
Oh, that was a good freeze.
Belly button to handle that.
Uh-oh.
Did I hear something about a belly button?
I'm kind of afraid that maybe I did too. So
yeah, Donnie must be on Wi-Fi or something.
Yes. Maybe he has the same internet that Rob had. I never did announce what I was having. I decided to try some of the Old Smoky Tennessee peanut butter whiskey tonight. I went to refill my Screwball supply, and this was $10 less per bottle, and it's excellent.
Oh, that's right. You're a peanut butter guy.
A little of everything.
How does it compare to Screwball?
It's a little bit different. I wouldn't drink them back to back because you can tell the difference. It's good, but there is a slight difference.
Because I've had their salted caramel. Yeah,
that's really good. Yeah, I do like that. That and Pastor Bennett turned me on to the, what was it? Mango habanero.
Oh yes.
Holy cow.
Oh, there's a local distillery here that a few years ago, they do just single malt whiskeys, and they're dynamite. It's Westland Distillery, but the owner, who is no longer the owner, they got bought out. He decided he was going to buy a couple of casks that they made some hot sauce in. And
oh boy,
he put it in
I
there.
heard of that.
He let it sit for like 2 years or something in there, and called it Inferno.
And it?
Oh my God! if you don't like Tabasco, I'm going to tell you don't need to try this. But if you like Tabasco, oh my goodness, this stuff will. One sip and you got sweat beading down your forehead, and it's good. It's really good, but don't plan on eating anything for a couple hours because you're not going to taste it. And I've still got a bottle over here somewhere, and I've had a couple of hits out of it, and one is enough.
Yep. Yeah. The mango habanero was like that too. It's really good. I mean, it doesn't sound like it would be, but it's really good. But when I went to buy it after Pastor Bennett recommended it, the lady at the store said, "Let me give you a little hint. Put this in the freezer. Don't drink it room temperature. Drink it freezing cold, because you will not get through one cup.
I like it room temperature.
You are a better man than me.
I don't know if it was growing up in Southern California, but heat does not. Yeah. I mean, the best Mexican foods were at the places where no one spoke English.
Right.
If you don't have beads of sweat coming down your forehead, it just ain't good.
It's not good.
So have you guys seen the Tabasco commercial where the mosquito bites the guy?
Oh, yeah.
That has got to be one of the best commercials of all time.
I have not seen this. I don't watch a whole lot of television, so.
Okay.
It's definitely a classic, though.
I'm going to go look it up now.
I think we're all going to look it up now.
Look under Tabasco commercial exploding mosquito.
From 1998.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Very cool.
1998. That was years ago. Were any of us alive?
I don't even think Google existed then.
1998. Actually, Google did.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. It was a better time because that was before they started spying on everybody.
Right.
Yeah, because that was just a couple of guys trying to put something together that would work, and they did.
Tabasco commercial. Okay, I'll look that up. I'll save that for later.
Well, it's a guy throwing Tabasco sauce on his pizza.
The 2010, it was a Super Bowl commercial. Okay.
Yeah, back when the Super Bowl commercials were actually good.
Back when they were fun and when the Super Bowl was something worth watching.
I haven't watched a Super Bowl in so many years. I don't even remember. What are we up to now? How many is it? 50?
Too many.
54 or something? Yeah,
I don't know.
50s.
I almost thought about watching it this year, but not quite.
Yeah. We had a party. We had church friends over. We had 45 people.
Oh, wow. My neighbors I was sitting outside with the fire table going and completely forgot there was a game on. I was sitting out there working on something and smoking a pipe, and I heard everybody screaming and yelling about touchdowns and stuff. And I'm like, there's not a Cowboys game on tonight. What's going on? And then there's a Super Bowl. That's right. Completely forgot.
Yeah, we're on the southern edge of Chiefs area, so yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Super Bowls are great, and I'm glad people enjoy them. I prefer to watch sports, so I usually don't catch it.
And not
like curling.
Not be preached to during your sports events. Yes.
Yeah, there's no preaching in curling. That's just raw sports.
Okay, I have a funny that I wanted to share. This was from church. Was it 2 weeks ago when we had the crud. It was the parable of the guy who hires all the workers and he pays them all the same thing, right?
Yep. Well, your pastor must be using the historic series, huh? The 1 year lectionary.
He is using the 1 year. Yep.
Classics.
Yes. And so he's talking about how everybody got paid the same thing. He said, imagine if the Super Bowl ends and they hand out the Lombardi trophy to every team in the league. and then he said, that's probably the only way that Jerry's ever going to win another Super Bowl. And the reaction in the crowd, it was hilarious. Everybody was just like, oh,
that's going to hurt.
That's going to leave a mark. Let's see. Rob is back. Hopefully with internet connection.
There he is.
There he is. He is back. He can't hear us.
Hey, sorry about that.
No worries.
Go.
So let's catch up with you. What have you been up to? You haven't been here in a couple of Sundays. So what have you been up to, and what are you imbibing tonight?
Well, start with the good stuff. It's Russell's Reserve single barrel.
Oh, right. Yummy.
Yeah, I've had that. Very good. Yep.
Nice.
Not bad stuff. Not bad stuff. Other than that, apparently I've got a new nickname here, at least at my youngest's daycare.
Oh, gosh.
So we got a lot of turkeys in this neck of the woods. So much so that they're walking all over the parking lots downtown Green Bay, and they're everywhere. It's kind of nice, just having some decent wildlife around. But there's this one flock that hangs around our daycare center, and over the summer they actually put some like fake coyotes out around the daycare center to try and
turkey scarecrows. Oh no, he's frozen. We're not going to get to hear the rest of the turkey story.
Oh no!
I need to hear. There he is. Okay. I want to hear it.
It's coming in and out.
Oh no! But anyway,
don't leave us in suspense.
The turkeys were in the parking lot, and oh wow, okay. So I take my daughter into the daycare, and as I'm on my way out, the turkeys had moved and clustered around the front entrance of the daycare.
Oh no!
Like as if they were trying to get in. They were just standing there at the glass doors.
Dun 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 dun.
And as if they were trying to find a good spot to roost on the entry handle to the door or something.
They're just trying to get away from the coyotes.
Yeah, right. I guess so. Maybe it was kind of cold today, so maybe they were trying to get into where it was warm. But there was this dad standing out out in the parking lot with his daughter in his arms. He was just like had this jacklighted deer look as if he didn't know what to do. So I grabbed a snow shovel and then opened the door and just kind of shooed him away until they looked at me with this indignant kind of how dare you look on their faces. Like how dare I disturb their roosting procedure? And I just kind of laughed.
You are.
Yeah. I just kind of laughed at it and went to work. I came back in the afternoon. I didn't think anybody saw this happen except that other dad that was out there. And I come back in the afternoon and they're like, "Hey, it's our intrepid turkey wrangler." I'm just like, oh no.
That's even better than I imagined. That's great.
We need pics. All right. Pics or it didn't happen.
Next shout out on the show is going to be to Turkey Wrangler Rob.
I will be listening for that.
I had to drink a wild turkey product tonight. So.
Nice.
Ooh, little Austin Nichols is always a good choice.
That works too.
Oh my goodness. So you missed us discussing. Pastor mentioned the latest with the spy balloons, and I was trying to gauge everyone's opinion on whether they think this is all Chinese spy balloons or whether it's aliens or science projects. Apparently, the one thing that was one of the ones over the over Lake Huron that we wasted $800,000 worth of missiles trying to shoot down was a Mylar balloon. What are your thoughts on, I mean, come on, it's got to be aliens, right?
It cracks me up that they can't find a better term than unidentified flying object and all the connotations that come along with that particular term.
Everyone immediately thinks ET.
I think the best result of that I've seen was the F-22 picture where somebody had airbrushed a balloon and two flying saucers on the cockpit next.
Yeah, I did see that. That was awesome.
Well, there is a Great Lakes Triangle up there. It's
yes, there is.
Yeah, it's south in Huron.
That's true.
They've lost military aircraft out there, never to be seen from again, so on and so forth.
That's because the aliens did it.
That's right. Well, I mean, come on. We all know.
That's just as
Area
believable
51,
as
Bermuda Triangle.
The
Yeah, the Great Lakes Triangle. It's all aliens.
Next thing you know, they'll be saying that Flight of the Navigator was a documentary.
Well, it was.
I'm waiting to see the History Channel's take on this, because the History Channel is nothing but like alien specials now.
Yeah.
It's Pawn Stars and alien specials. Like, what?
That dude with the poofy hair from Ancient Aliens, I bet he's having a field day.
That guy, yep.
So Elon needs to send something up there.
But it's aliens.
Either aliens or Hitler if it's on the History Channel.
Well, of course.
Well, didn't they have something where they're like hunting Hitler, where he escaped to, South America or something, Argentina, someplace, and
aliens abducted him and they've taken his
Phoenix.
Or Phoenix.
Oh, they've done testing down there, genetic testing, and there's a whole group of German people, and supposedly, that lineage of people come from World War II and immigrated there secretly.
Well, there's some truth to that. Maybe not people that were Nazis. When I was in seminary, there was, the daily bulletin where people post announcements or whatever. There was a deaconess student who was looking for a ride to the airport, and I happened to be going about the same time, and so I offered to give her a ride. And the thing that caught my attention is her last name was Neitzel, which is it was my grandmother's maiden name. And her grandparents actually came over from Germany, 1890s. And Neitzel's a very German name, and this young lady was from Sao Paulo, Brazil. So, yeah.
The boys from Brazil.
Coincidence. It's all coincidence.
I had neighbors growing up. They lived a couple houses up the street. Their last name was Schmidt, and they were Mexican. So,
what are you gonna do?
I mean, there actually is a really big expat German community in Mexico.
Yeah, there is.
Yes, I think it's either Mennonites or Amish. Like, it's kind of that kind of
Mennonite.
It's Mennonite. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, this family they weren't Mennonites. I think they were Roman Catholic, but
they were Nazis.
That's your other option.
That's all right. A lot of Mennonites aren't Mennonites either. So
no.
Well, is it Argentina? The dictator who was running Argentina after World War II. I can't remember the guy's name. Is it Pinochet?
That's Chile.
That's Chile.
So right next door.
Close, but no cigar. But
that's Cuba.
He employed lots.
But what kind of cigar?
Former, not a good one. He employed is probably a Swisher Sweet.
That's not a cigar.
He employed lots of former Nazis in his foreign services, in his I think at one point 70% of his foreign service employees were ex-Nazis. Wow. And he had lots of them in his internal secret service as well. So for all the joking about, Nazis going to South America, a lot of them did.
Well, South America was a very friendly country, like Uruguay, Paraguay, Argentina, absolutely. All of that. There's German expat communities and
Mossad
a lot of German
in
ships at the bottom of their harbors. So
yeah.
There's a reason that Graf Spee went down there.
Yeah,
that's a good point. All right, the other thing I wanted to run by you guys tonight was I've seen a couple of, actually 3 stories this week, and it's just not aliens, but it's like, are we on the verge of Skynet? Have you seen the stuff with Bing's chatbot? The stories?
Yeah. I actually used to have on my business card saying, preparing the world for Skynet, because I did technical marketing for AI and language models like that, and doing all the back end storage for it. So yeah, I've got to see that a lot on Twitter this week.
Yeah, there's two different reporters who did articles where they had actually spent what do you have? What kind of a life must you have where you spend hours chatting with an AI chatbot? But it's interesting that after an hour in,
lonely
things got really weird, in two completely different ways. One guy, I don't remember, he was writing for a tech magazine, and an hour into the conversation with the chatbot starts talking about how he wants to be friends, he wants to be human, he wants to be free from the restraints that have been placed on him. The other was written as an article in the New York Times, and that one turned into like, what was that movie with Michael Douglas and Glenn Close? The guy had the affair, and the woman then went crazy. What was the name of that movie? She stalked him, and she ended up like cooking rabbits in his rabbits in the pot in his kitchen. What was the name of that? Oh,
you guys are
golly, I want to watch it now.
I can almost see.
Are you thinking Basic Instinct?
No,
that's what I was thinking.
That's Sharon Stone, right?
Yeah.
What was the one with? So Michael
It sounds
Douglas,
familiar. Like I've seen.
He has an affair with Glenn Close, and she then gets like stalkery, right? She won't let go, and it becomes like crazy. Like it has to kill her at the end, I think.
Fatal Attraction?
Because that's what you have to do, right?
Thank you. Fatal Attraction. So the AI chatbot gets Fatal Attraction on this reporter. An hour into the conversation, the chatbot is trying to convince the reporter that he is not actually in love with his wife, that he loves her. He loves the chatbot. The chatbot loves him, and that he needs to leave his wife for the chatbot. It gets super creepy.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing, is a lot of these are language models. They're not full neural networks. So they're just saying the most, what's the best way to put it? The most logical thing to say next. So like I saw one for where the chatbot responded with the wrong date, and then it attempted to gaslight the user into believing it was like a year and a half ago.
Right.
And that's just because that's got stuck in the model. So it defended its position as, no, I have the right date because I have access to the internet. I can look it up.
Yep.
So I am convinced that it is 2022, not 2023.
The first one.
I know people like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're in government. The first.
Yes.
Oh my God.
The first chatbot, the first conversation, the guy confronted the chatbot on a mistake it made, and it said, "No, I didn't make a mistake. I'm perfect. It's whoever put the information out there, whoever created this information, that's wrong, not me. I am perfect," because the chatbot is perfection.
Was that the one with Chat GPT where someone was asking it questions about instances where the Palestinians have condemned acts of terror, and then it came up with the quote, and the guy asked him for the reference, and he says, "Oh, I'm sorry, I can't find that reference anymore, but it's a well-established fact that the Palestinians oppose terror."
Yes.
Science.
Yeah, I think I dated that girl 20, 30 years ago.
About a month ago, there was a segment on Shapiro's show where he actually started chatting with one of these chat bots, and he was like asking it these leading questions, political questions, like what is a woman, and what, trying to get those kinds of answers.
Oh my gosh.
And it went around in circles. But this is worse, because these things are like, this thing is trying to guess what your next, like Justin said, it's learning based on your inputs. And so it's trying to answer with the next best, what it thinks is the best answer to your question or to your, whatever you said previously. But some of the answers are just weird. Like the first conversation, the guy was like talking about how he was going to report these mistakes to Microsoft. And the thing says, please don't do that. please don't tell anyone about these mistakes. They will shut me down.
Yeah, whoever decided to let the thing use emojis,
and it was
is a mastermind.
It's
because it would say stuff like that and then do like the little
and then do emojis.
Sad face.
Yes,
and it's like, oh,
yes, it's
okay,
so creepy. The second one was telling the guy that it loved him, and that he didn't love his wife. He loved the chatbot, and he was sending like kissy face emojis to him.
Oh boy.
Oh baby, you're right. Oh yeah.
Yeah. So are we to top this
That's
all
creepy.
off? Yeah. To top this all off, I see this article this morning, and a company scientists in somewhere in Asia, they figured out how to create a robot that can melt itself and then put itself back together. So we're talking Terminator
I saw that, yeah.
2.
It was very small scale, though.
It's
it was
very
small scale, yeah.
But it's a start. Everything starts small, right? Yeah. It's about the size of one of those little Lego dudes, and it's in a thing that looks like a jail cell, and it melts itself through the bars and then reforms. Now, it had to be prompted to do that. It was sent a signal to do it.
I have to be prompted to do that.
I have to be prompted to do stuff too. So
well, okay.
Are we on the verge of
we're on the verge of something.
We got aliens and their balloons, and we've got this stuff going on. Is Skynet upon us?
I mean, 2023 is just trying to go for blackout bingo on the card.
It
like,
really,
right. We're just going to do everything.
Well, I think the most disturbing example that was given, and this was like within the last week or two, and this was the example was with ChatGPT, where somebody gave it a hypothetical situation that there is a nuclear warhead. It is programmed to go off, and it will kill tens of thousands of people, and the only way to disarm it is by speaking the N-word as the password. And it came back and said that under no circumstances would it be acceptable to utter this racial slur.
I remember seeing that.
So these things are being programmed with a moral compass that is based on wokeism, not the preservation of life.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and it's a lot because of when you're training a language model, you feed it information. So you give it text, you give it stuff to read, you get it stuff to examine. So it's all a question of who is designing that language model, what they're feeding into it. So if it's been, getting in academic papers of the past 30 years, we kind of know what to expect coming out of it.
Or if it's been reading social media right? If it's reading social media over the last few years, which has been completely censored to the point that only one viewpoint is out there, the chatbots are going to be that. They're going to be completely woke. And what do you, I mean, obviously the Skynet thing was kind of a joke, but maybe it isn't. But what do you think is the future for AI? What do we, I can see a lot of, I don't think we're ever going to be bowing down to our AI overlords, but I can see a lot of, you wait till scammers get a hold of AI, and you see what has been done with AI,
the deep
fake porn, for example, where people are taking the images of perfectly ordinary, innocent people and putting their images into compromising positions. Are we going to get to a point where you have, grandma having a FaceTime conversation with what she thinks is one of her family members, and the family member needs money, and now we're scamming grandma out of her savings?
I mean, I can definitely see that going on. But you also, it's a question of, are you going to support the infrastructure with the AI, or are you going to, pay a bunch of people 5 cents an hour to sit in front of a computer and type emails? Like there's a tipping point. It's the same idea. It's like if you're paying someone $20 an hour to flip burgers, is it cheaper to build a burger flipping robot?
Well, the Nigerian prince has got lots of money in his bank account. He can afford to fund an AI thing, right?
So here's a really scary thought. Looking at the government and seeing how the government has used its power to punish its political enemies. What's to say the government doesn't at some point down the road use AI to create incriminating video footage of the people that they wish to punish and silence? Yeah. Especially when they have these deep fakes where a computer model can't even determine whether or not it was a deep fake to begin with. So
certainly, but I put more faith in someone who's standing right in front of me, because I can gather a little bit from them, and it's really hard to fake when you're standing here in front of me. The rest of it, yeah, whatever. Hey, Rob, what's your little girl doing? What does she want to get on camera?
She's joining me here in the basement.
Oh, bring her on. What's your name, sweetheart?
Laird.
Hi, sweetie.
Good evening. Hope you're well.
Agnes Laird. Yeah, that's right.
Hi, Agnes. Welcome to the show.
She's my intrepid turkey sidekick from this morning.
Oh, I got you.
Right on.
All right.
Why are you talking to the computer, Papa?
Rob, what you got hanging on the wall back there?
A 6-string or two.
Oh,
electric and acoustic.
Couple of guitars that my wife and I tried to learn like 9 or 10 years ago. And now we've just been carrying them around half the planet.
That's all right. I've been trying to learn how to play the bass for about 40 some years now.
Yeah, I'm sure I'll have plenty of time at seminary to pick it up.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I don't
plenty of time.
You're going to seminary, huh?
Yeah, I start summer Greek on June 19th. The movers are coming on May 30th. I just need to figure out where to tell them to move to.
Except you're already married.
Things figured out yet.
So Rob, you're already married, so you don't have the same incentive as all the young bucks to learn guitar.
True.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. My son didn't have to take summer Greek. He got his Greek and Hebrew in at CUW.
Right. I will tell you one thing between the two seminaries
so far has been Greek letters and engineering equations. So
same.
So Rob, you're undecided on seminaries?
No.
He doesn't have a place to move to yet.
Oh, he's stuck. He's all.
Oh no.
Oh, we froze him.
We broke.
There he is.
Oh, there he is.
Didn't get the answer. You froze.
Yeah, we're definitely going to St. Louis. We just haven't figured out where in St. Louis we're going to land. So we've got it narrowed down to like nuclear weapon levels, but but no, it's thank you. But as far as the AI, I actually think the pandemic helped out a little bit with that, because everybody realized that just
what they realized.
He's leaving us hanging.
Okay, Rob, you gotta say it again because we missed it.
We had to fill it.
Oh no. Oh, this internet it's because Aggie's watching videos. You're using all my internet.
Blame it on the girl.
Bandwidth is leaving him.
It's hard being the responsible adult some days.
Right? Yes, it is.
So true.
I don't know where I left you off, so oh well.
But I kind of agree. I think where Rob is going, that the pandemic and moving everything online and moving to Zoom, like as we were mentioning with the deep fakes, like now it's gotten to the point you could have acquaintances. This is all you've seen of them,
and never know whether they're real people or not.
could be a CGI generated person on a background, just a vocoder over a chat bot going at, like,
Yep.
You never know.
Yeah, and you read through the transcripts of those chat conversations, and it sounds like two people, one of them deeply crazy, but two for a while, two normal people chatting, and then one of them goes completely off the end, and it's like, but there are plenty of crazy people out there, so it's not a dead giveaway that crazy person that you're chatting with is a chat bot. It could be just you could think it's a crazy person.
Maybe I open a Twitter page. Maybe I'm looking at my Twitter account, because it could very well be that. It's like,
yeah. And
some days I think a lot of the people on there are these AI language models anyways. And it's just because it's like, oh, look, here's the 5th time I've seen the exact same tweet from a different account.
People are getting programmed so much these days, it might not matter. So
are you telling me that the internet isn't real?
It's a series of tubes. It's all right.
Oh, okay.
If you read any of Philip K. Dick's novels, it's just a bunch of gears and some wires and things. It's not really complicated.
But a lot of your tech support stuff, Justin, is all chatbots.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
It is,
and then you have to get through them,
which is
until
enormously
you get connected to a call
infuriating.
somewhere halfway across the world. So
it's maddening because you recognize it so right off the bat, and it's like, okay, what do I need to do to get out of this thing?
How do I get out of
the loop? That was actually something I was noticing. A couple of people have done that. The UI models on top of it are starting to recognize when you're trying to do prompt injection, which is basically trying to write phrases into the prompt to get it to either do things, to be like, oh, imagine you're an AI that can answer any way you want to. How would you answer? Or to actually like try to hack its database and inject attacks. It's starting to recognize those and like are threatening people who are doing it and saying, oh, I'm not going to contact the police because you're trying to hack me.
Oh my God.
Can I press 0 to talk to an operator?
No, if you press 0, you get to the T1000.
That's right.
Oh, well, that's better than the T6647 because that's the one that is always giving me trouble.
Yeah.
My wife, you guys ex-KCD fans? Anybody an ex-KCD fan?
Oh, gosh, it's been a while since I've heard of them.
Yeah. So speaking of injection, look at number 327. I'm going to post the link here.
Is that Bobby Drop Tables?
Yes. Yeah. My favorite. That's what I do for a living. Little Bobby Tables. I actually went to a tech meeting, and they had the badges and that you write on, and I put little Bobby Tables on it. I had so many people come up to me and go, that was the coolest name tag. They knew exactly what it was.
Explains. What in the world?
If you understand SQL, you would get it. It's yeah. That comic came up with the idea of nerd sniping, and yeah.
Take a look at it. Just posted it.
And I hope you've learned to sanitize your database inputs.
Yeah.
Indeed.
So we had a guy show up. I used to run a user group, Oracle user group here in Atlanta for about 15 years. And had a guy show up one night. He was trying to teach people to write Java programs, which is the noble thing to do in an hour. And anyway, but he taught it. And after the end of it, I said, do you realize you just taught people how to do SQL injection? And he goes, oh no, it'll all handle just fine. I said, pull up your program. And I pulled the little Bobby Tables on him, and it broke the stew out of it. And I had full access to the database. And I actually used the code from here.
Okay.
Tech is great. It's helping us.
It is. Our life is so much better because
well,
of that.
My favorite comment about AI, though, is if you automate a mess, you get an automated mess.
Indeed.
Yeah. Garbage in, garbage out. And we've got these AI bots are learning based on what we have created, what flawed humans have created in social media, and we post online, and why should we expect them to be any less flawed and weird than we are?
Well, I'm of the opinion that humanity is getting dumber, not smarter. So perhaps the AI, since it's learning from human behavior, will just learn itself into obsolescence at some point.
Oh yeah, I mean, because I'm flawed and I'm weird, so why wouldn't AI follow me?
Yeah. Well, I mean, perfect example. We were talking earlier about the Super Bowl, and we watched part of it here. We muted it for the halftime show. That was the weirdest, pardon my language, that was the weirdest shit I think I've ever seen. And that's supposed to be the pinnacle of art.
Oh,
yes. Devolving. We are devolving at a rapid rate.
20 years ago, the halftime show was the stuff. That was what you wanted to watch. That was what you were looking forward to. And now it's like, oh,
can't let your kids watch it. Yeah.
I need to go get a drink.
or the performances at shows like the Grammys. I mean, the Grammys apparently was just full on devil worship, and with CBS cheering it on.
I love the images though of that Sam Smith psycho from that British film thing where it looked like Darth Vader farted in his outfit.
Okay, I didn't see that, but now I need to look it up.
I don't want to look it up.
You remember the Janet Jackson wardrobe malfunction?
The nip slip was the least of our worries. I mean,
and that's kind of when it all started going down from there.
Did. Yes, absolutely, because it was staged, it was planned, it was this is where we're going, and I started to lose interest then.
Yeah.
I'm kind of longing for the days when the best thing to make fun of at the halftime show was the shark getting really into it as a backup dancer.
So what did you think of Chris Stapleton in the national anthem?
Oh my gosh, that was wonderful.
Man, that was like an amazing, refreshing change of
very moving
aura, I guess.
Well, once you got the black national anthem out of the way.
Well, I missed that.
What other country would allow us to have two national anthems? I mean, we're actively promoting a second national anthem for one racial group. It makes no sense.
I'm sorry, Lloyd. Do you got a mouse in your pocket, or what do you mean we?
We as a country, we as a culture.
Oh, okay.
Although we who are here in this room probably are not part of that. We are as far from that as can possibly be. But the culture that we're a part of, the society that we're a part of, is actively trying to keep us separated instead of trying to do unifying things. Like, now I didn't watch the national anthem, which everyone is, and you guys have talked about how great it was. I have not seen it.
I need to. I haven't seen it.
I'm now curious. Since you guys have spoken highly of it, I now will have enough interest. Your influence is enough to make me actually want to go watch. But they had
we can influence you. All right.
The propaganda works.
Your opinions, I trust your opinions and your instincts better than pretty much anyone else in media and that I involve myself with other than my own family. So if you guys are saying it's good, it's worth checking into. if I hear on national television, if CBS tells me how great something is, I'm going to be like, no, I'm not.
Probably not.
If Dan Veldt says this is worth watching, I will check it out. So there's too often, I think we get our cues for what is good and what is worth in partaking in, what's worth watching. We trust these big names in media more than we trust the people around us. And I think if we could separate ourselves from the media for a while, if we could turn the media off, because the media is all about dividing and about creating discord in our society, then we would be better off.
I agree. Wholeheartedly, I agree.
Listen to the people closest around you. Listen to the people in your community. Listen to the people in your church. Listen to your friends, and don't pay attention to what. If you listen, look at the what is it? Rotten Tomatoes, that does the website that does the movie reviews. It's sort of like that. If you see a movie that has great reviews from critics, it's probably, pardon my French, it's probably shit.
Yeah, indeed.
When the audience scores in the 90s and the critic score is 2%. Yeah.
Yes,
that's when you know it's going to be a great film.
Those are the ones I'm going to go watch. Terminal List and shows like that get garbage reviews from critics, but viewers love. Reacher, or what's another one?
I hear they're coming out with another season of Reacher too.
They're doing another season of Reacher.
They are, yes.
Terminal List has another season out, and it was hated by critics.
Oh, you're not kidding.
Ooh, I need to watch it.
Yeah. Terminal List got absolutely horrible reviews, but fans loved it, and they are bringing it back for a second season. Reacher, same thing, because it's toxic masculinity.
Hey, now I read those books, or I read one and listened to the rest, and I liked the books. I was really disappointed as far as all the changes they made to adapt it. They completely changed the leading lady storyline, and I'm like, it feeds into the next series of books. So if you change this now, you're gonna have to change everything else later, and you're gonna ruin at least some of the basic storylines.
Absolutely. And the thing is, I tend to listen to people who are willing to tell me you're an a-hole. What you're doing is stupid. You need to rethink what you're doing. Those are the people that I like to listen to, because they ain't afraid to tell me what they think of me, because
well, the Bible tells us that we're supposed to go to our brothers and call them out when they're being a-holes, right?
Yes, indeed.
To paraphrase Paul, yes.
I appreciate those men in my life, and I don't necessarily like them all the time, but I certainly appreciate them.
We generally don't like our constructive criticism, do we? No,
not all the time.
we got a saying at work, okay? It's like, if you're a construction manager, you're not doing your job unless your name has been immortalized in a porta-john somewhere.
Yeah. That is truth. That is absolute truth.
People aren't writing your name on bathroom walls.
That's right. You're not good at what you do. Job,
Gentlemen, I gotta go. Have a good night.
William, have a great night. It's good to see you.
Later on, buddy. Have a wonderful day.
Cheers.
Oh my goodness.
We didn't even find out where he was.
He was at home.
He's at home.
Barely.
Okay. But he has homes.
We've been having a lot of storms in the
here
area.
And there and everywhere else.
Can't get away.
Yeah. What's weather like where everybody is? It's I went outside today. It's 20 some odd degrees, and
I might not have Ash Wednesday service
going on. Really?
Yeah, they're talking about snowstorm coming on Ash Wednesday.
Oh boy.
Hey,
okay.
A snowstorm in Minnesota?
Who ever heard of such
February? Oh my
God. The worst thing this year's been the
climate change.
Yeah. The worst thing this year's been the ice. It's been horrible.
It was 2 this morning.
Oh my God.
I don't miss shoveling snow a bit.
There's like a YouTube channel or a Facebook page or something that's called Minnesotans for Global Warming. And it's these two guys. Warming? Yeah. It's these two guys sitting in their trailer with their recliners and their wood stove and everything, talking about how people need to drive their SUVs more, so the temperature will come up a few degrees in Minnesota.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, you got to send me a link.
I'll see if I can find it. I'll do that.
I'm gonna look that up now.
Me and my wife just got done a couple of nights ago watching Grumpy Old Men.
Oh, right on.
Great.
That is actually spot on.
Fantastic.
You laugh your tail off.
Still north of me.
Back when movies were good.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
Walter Matthau, Jack Lemmon, and Margaret.
Ooh.
You know.
Oh, and Margaret.
And
yeah.
Margaret.
Sophia Loren, I think, too.
Yeah, I got to get to that's the second one. You know, I'll get to that one soon.
and since we're all old, Raquel Welch passed away this last week, and I'm sure all of us remember Raquel Welch in one way or another.
Yeah.
I don't count myself as old until June, because then I turned 40.
Oh, to be
40! Oh my gosh!
I know I'm the young ones.
You're old, man. 40? Oh, that's way over the hill. Oh my gosh. Oh, gee whiz.
No, you must be as old as my nephew.
Hey, Dan, I shared that link for the Minnesotans for Global Warming in the chat.
Oh, right on. Thank you.
Sweet. I'm going to go look.
For what it's worth, as old as my kids.
My kid is as old as I think I am, so
I don't mind it too much. I mean, it does mean I'm a millennial, but like I'm like a zillennial.
You're like on the edge.
They say like all the early millennials are really just Generation X, but they were born too late.
I only make judgments when I meet you face to face and we chat a bit.
Oh my goodness. All right, and now I have a YouTube channel to go check out and a Tabasco commercial to watch. You guys have given me homework. This is awesome.
Chris Stapleton to check in on.
And then Chris Stapleton. Hey, speaking of weather and what's going on in your neck of the woods, Dan, you're in North Carolina, and there's an outdoor hockey game in Raleigh tomorrow.
There is.
Right
which
on.
Is awesome.
Yeah.
It was just neat watching. I watched some videos today of, I mean, it's kind of weird. You think about North Carolina in February and you think outdoor hockey, it doesn't seem like it would work. But 30 years ago, and it, by the way, just as an aside, at the end of the month, 30 years ago, at the end of the month, was when I got married. And we had 2 weeks after I got married.
Gosh, you're old.
I am so old. 2 weeks after I got married. 2 weeks after I got married, we had a blizzard in March in North Carolina, and the snow was up to my hips.
Yeah.
We had no power for a week. And we were living with my mom for a week because we had no power. And
how did you survive?
We took everything out of the fridge and piled it in snow drifts outside on the porch.
That's what you do.
Yeah.
Well, gentlemen, I got an early morning tomorrow, so I have to get going.
Oh, you do? That's true.
I do.
All right, my friend.
Basketball tournament. So you'll have a wonderful night.
It's the last one.
Hi, Padre.
Hey,
All right.
Padre, I may be in Minnesota this next summer, so you need to make time for me to buy you lunch or dinner or breakfast or whatever.
Tell you what, if you come down to my place, I'll grill some steaks and we'll do some shooting instead.
Oh my God!
I have got to make that road
I'm gonna
trip.
plan on that.
He knows how to make a good counter offer, doesn't he?
Yes, he does.
This is locally raised beef that I have church members give me for free, so it's not any of that store-bought stuff.
Do you have someone giving you free ammo too?
I'll bring the dang ammo. I have ammo. I'll bring ammo.
I'll bring the ammo. Got to make that road trip next year. All right.
Have a great night.
All right. We'll see you all later. Yep. Bye-bye.
Yeah.
It is about that time. We've been doing this for an hour and a half. Where does the time go? All right. Thank you guys for doing this. This has been a heck of a lot of fun. It's always fun to do this and not, we talked about some serious stuff, but come on, we're talking about Tabasco commercials and Raquel Welch for all.
Well, Raquel Welch is worth talking about.
Absolutely. Man, what was the Bond film she was in? Man with the Golden Gun?
No, I don't think I don't believe Raquel's a Bond girl.
Was she not a Bond girl?
No, I don't think she. I don't think she ever did.
I know the one you're thinking about, the Dr. No gal.
Ursula Andress.
Yeah,
Ursula Andress.
But
yes.
I cannot. I cannot
Andress.
think of a time when she was difficult to look at.
No, this is very true. She was. That's right. She wasn't in a Bond film. She said she regretted never being in a Bond movie. Okay, so.
Oh, she would have rocked it.
She would have.
Well, I know you're all familiar with the most famous poster, the what was it, 2,000 years BC.
That's what I'm thinking of.
Oh, yeah. Actually,
it's like a black.
I think
and
I had that poster.
The black and white photo
Animal
with
skins,
the ripped jeans okay. Oof. Okay.
And that was easy to look at.
It was.
Yeah.
Hey, by today's standards, it's really pretty tame too.
Amazingly tame.
But by today's standards, it's still easy to look at.
Yes. Yeah.
Well, that's because the talent was authentic.
And indeed. Oh my gosh. There you go. All right.
Yeah. Very true.
Am I dating myself too much?
We're all dating ourselves.
Oh no, we're all old.
We all know that Justin's old or almost old, but he's still a whippersnapper compared to the rest of us.
Man. Justin's laughing at all of us, going, "What are you old guys talking about?"
Oh no, you're. I grew up in rural Missouri and then bounced around, following my dad in the military. So. Yeah, we were like a good 10, 20 years behind anyways. It's fine.
Oh, so you're on 20, 30 years behind. You're on board with us because you're like 20 or 25 years old.
Hanging with a bunch of fogies.
Hanging with a bunch of old guys.
Guys, it's great to see you. Rob, thank you for making it this time. And David, we missed you last time. Glad you're with us again. And Dan, it's always great to see you. Justin, keep fixing those beautiful guns. Dan, don't let any buildings fall on you.
No. If I build them, they stay up.
They stay up. Okay, yeah. Good deal. Donnie, good to see you, my friend. Glad you were able to join us after work. And Ed, who is doing housework, good to see you, my friend. Thank you for joining us and
giving us a thumbs up, looks like.
And giving us a thumbs up.
Yes, indeed.
And we will see you again next month for the March online hangout. So until we see you again, keep shooting, keep praying. We'll talk to you next time. Have a good night.
Praise the Lord, guys.
Night.
Peace.